Good morning, guys. I hope you're well. In this video, we're going to give you some tips around yield farming, either for a long period or a short period of time. I'm currently yield farming useless on a very tight range. And if you're doing a tight range, you can earn a lot of money, a lot of fees in a short amount of time. However, you have a risk of it bouncing out of range. So, looking at this chart, where would you say is a safe space to sort of yield farm in? Now you've got some options. You could simply look at the chart and say, okay, this is about a 10% range from the top to the bottom since basically yesterday night. And I think it's pretty safe to go in. Now the downside is these support and resistance lines on meme coins do not last long. However, you could simply look at a chart on Orca. Now, Orca gives an indication of where the liquidity is spread on a lot of these coins. And we're also going to use a tool to figure this out and establish where to put your liquidity. This applies to every single meme coin. So you can see here, these gray lines is where the liquidity is spread. So the thicker the liquidity at the top, so above the green line where the price is where it's gonna take a lot more Solana and USD to actually buy up the useless for the price to go up. Likewise, if there's a lot of liquidity at the bottom, then you'll be able to illustrate how much it needs to be sold in order for the price to fall. Now, this is a really good tool. Kolba, I don't know how to pronounce it, but we've got a very, very good tool with this one. It's free to use. I'll put the link in the description, or you can go clobr.io. You literally just copy a contract in, and this applies to any coin. And you'll see here, it will show you a breakdown. Now, I haven't signed up to the premium one, but I'm definitely going to because it's like £100 or something like that per year, which is relatively cheap. Now, have an indication of it basically takes everything from the DEX and the central exchanges and it shows you in terms of a line. So up here is a resistance of $640,000. So that is useless. That is useless, stuck in liquidity, waiting to be brought up. Also, there's one up here, and it does show, I believe, limit orders as well. There's also a 700,000 resistance here, but we've got a nice resistance here. So I would say 246 might be a good place to put your liquidity. So you could come over to Orca, that's in dollars. No, it's not. And you could say, let's see, let's put it into Solana, 129. So you can go 128 just to be safe. And you've got a 17% spread. And also we've got a large resistance up here. So we've got 188. And let's go 19 to be safe. So that is actually the most optimal, safest yield to actually do. Now, that will save you so much pain and agony as to moving your sort of range around. Now, if you want to do it a bit tighter, you might say that's a bit, look, we're getting 1.3% on this, which is decent. And looking at this chart, we're going back 2, 3 weeks. I would say that's pretty much in line. So when you are yield farming on a concentrated liquidity, this is where you actually have to put your liquidity, in my opinion. Just looking at this. Now, this is not going to last forever. Prices move up. Liquidity changes. If this person suddenly pulls his liquidity out, then of course that doesn't apply. There's a bit more room to grow. And likewise, if people pull their liquidity at the bottom, like it's just happened, this liquidity shrunk and the support is now here, which is fine. So the price is changing, things are moving, that's totally fine. Now, importantly, you can look at central exchanges as well. They do have supply. Obviously, people need to withdraw, people need to swap. They'll need supply as well. Now, in some coins, you end up with a large amount of central exchange liquidity. There'll be very little on the decentralized exchange. So if you're yield farming on the DEX, you can still use the central exchanges. And it shows you everything here, where the liquidity is. In my opinion, fantastic tool. I had to share it with you guys. But always look at basically support and resistance. And of course, if you're looking at this, It's pegged in Solana. It's on Solana. If Solana starts to fall, I always have Solana open. If it starts to fall, I've got, like I said, a very tight range here. Very small fee. I'm just market making on it, yield farming it for a short period of time, maybe till the market opens, and I'll hopefully take my liquidity. I entered here, so if it starts to drop down, I'm just compounding it in. If it starts before it gets to here, I'll probably exit and sell. So I hope this video has been helpful. Let me know if you've got any questions. I wish you all the best and take care.